Namaste, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising signs. Welcome to your free January reading with me. There is an extended version available. I think it's well worth it. More information about that is posted separately. Welcome to 2019. Did I say that? We made it. I'm so happy to be here doing your reading today. I'm also going to incorporate into it a few cards for 2019 in general, and also some cards for 2018. The 2018 cards are going to be what Spirit wants you to know now about 2018, now that we're into 2019, or we're about to be into 2019, depending on when you're watching this. Looking at it in retrospect, so that's pretty neat. I have a bunch of decks out. I'm going to do one card for 2018 and one card for 2019 using the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck. Also, a card for the 2 years using the Wisdom of Trees Oracle deck. We have the color cards, Secret Language of the color cards, the Goddess Guidance Oracle, the Zodiac Oracle here to assist us today. So many blessings to you, many blessings before us. Happy New Year. Let's see what we've got. 2018 and 2019. Okay. 2018. Lavender Argonite, I believe is how you say that. You guys really have to bear with me with these crystal cards. I like them, but everything's got its shadow side, right? Some of these crystals are so... I don't know how to pronounce them. I couldn't even begin to guess how to pronounce them. And they don't tell you in the book. She didn't tell you, Judy Hall. Why didn't you tell us? So, I think I did pronounce this one right, but that's a rare occurrence. Guys, I usually don't even try to pronounce them. Alright, so let's take a look in the book and see what this is about. Oh, one more thing I want to point out. You can listen for your sun, your moon, and your ascendant rising sign. And when you do, you might notice that the spreads vary a little bit from sign to sign. I'm doing this really more from a place of intuition and intuitive guidance than structure, so nobody ripped you off if you have, one extra tree card in your rising sign than you do in your sun sign. It's just the way I was guided to do it. Alright. Environmental healing is the key phrase associated with this crystal. It says, Lavender Argonite heals your personal environment and Earth's meridian grid, and the vibrations of the planet. Look, the moon governs your sign, right? The sign of Cancer. The moon governs your sign, and the moon is very closely connected to Earth. Some of you are apt to have destiny and pre-birth contracts and life missions related to environmentalism and protection and preservation and really nurturance and love of the planet, the home planet that we are all on, Earth. And when you're in... I have to go over this in every video. 2018 was a year that was very heavy in scorpionic energies and 8th house energies. Jupiter was in Scorpio for one thing. That only happens every 12 or so years. And it was there for basically the entire year, most of the year, I believe. Just coming out of it in the end and moving into its home sign of Sagittarius. Venus and Mercury also retrograded through the sign of Scorpio in 2018, which extended their stay and visit in Scorpio. So we had a lot of scorpionic energies here. And that is Scorpio and the 8th house are about transformation, transmutation, the depths of things. It's the life, birth, and or the life, death, and rebirth cycle. I feel like this year really had us looking at the demons that were hiding behind the curtains. That's Scorpio is the sign that governs the underworld. And so our own internal demons, so to speak, that we often keep kind of behind the curtains and not inner focus, were sort of like, we had the curtains being pulled forward and we had these demons coming out, really, because Scorpio is that sign about investigation, and it's deep, still waters. It's looking at the things that we usually don't want to look at and becoming liberated because they're brought into our awareness. They're no longer liberated through the sense of having more information about it, and sort of like facing fears can all be products and related to this 8th house scorpionic energy. I don't know how I'm getting so deep into this part of it already, but let me get back into the book. The Healing Insight says, if your environment is unhealthy and disharmonious, it cannot support well-being. Transform it and well-being returns. This self-understanding says, become comfortable in your own body and environment. You incarnated to be a guardian for the planet. You are a vehicle for purifying and healing the earth, reminding others that it is a sacred, living being to be treated with respect. Pay attention to where you live within yourself. Do your inner housekeeping and nurture yourself. So much energetic stuff here, and magic, again, Scorpio energy, that really has to do with like the internal truth. Really has to do with also how you treat yourself and the reflection. I'm seeing like the reflection here between, so within as without type of energy. The divination says, did I just read that? No. The divination says, become a vehicle for the healing of the environment by opening yourself to higher vibrational energies. Do not participate in anything that despoils the planet or diminishes its resources. Work with your power animal and nourish your inner being. Take no risks and avoid excesses. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I'm going to do the tree card for you now for 2018, along with the color card and the zodiac cards. Okay, Montezuma Cypress, and it's coming up. Jade just flew right out of the deck. Alright, that's significant. It's the first one I had fly out like that really grabbed my eye so far. This is the 4th reading I'm doing with these. It's the first one so far. This is Jade. This is a heart chakra crystal correspondent. It works very lovely with the heart chakra. And the message on this card is take action. Okay. So just keep that in mind while I'm reading through the other cards. I do feel like a lot of you, maybe, definitely some of you, you chose to, but you were prompted to take some actions, maybe swift actions, and follow your heart. You were reminded that, what are you going to do? Like, what else can you do? You have Virgo and you have Scorpio here. So Scorpio is another water sign. So it is your sister sign. And so when we had that much energy in Scorpio, we had that much energy in water as well. right? Which is your element. And this is emotions and psychic abilities. This is the superconscious and the unconscious. This is the dream world. So much is held within this element of water, right? And we think of water and the elements on the planet and within our own bodies, and water makes up, like, I forget what percent of the earth, but it's high, it's like over 3/4 of the earth and our own bodies. So then we have Virgo coming up alongside it, and Virgo is a sign of really like discrimination in a good way. It's a sign of digestion. It's the sign of separating what's useful to us and what's not useful to us, and disposing of what's not useful, keeping open space and health. Virgo is the sign of health. Virgo is the sign of details. Virgo is a sign of all things small, and daily routines. That's Virgo as well. Scorpio's transformations. So there may have been a lot of things around that transforming of daily habits, or the demon aspect of it, fears and things in the unconscious or superconscious related to your health, the details in life, and so forth coming forward. I really got to look at this tree card before we go any further. Okay, that came up upside down here. Keyword for Montezuma Cypress. The keyword is solidity. Okay, the book says current dilemmas won't be solved until you are able to stand firm and know your own mind. Continually changing your plans or keeping your options open for fear of making the wrong decision will only confuse you further. So another thing about 2018 was that Neptune was retrograde in 2018. And it came stationary and direct right at the end of 2018. It might have been late November, but I think it was actually December that this occurred. And Neptune is also the unconscious and the superconscious. Neptune is our fears, our illusions, our delusions, our imagination, our artistic, creative mind, and these types of things. So there was a challenge here about being able to bring in enough earth energy, enough groundedness, doing enough grounding, and bringing in enough earth energy to in general, for sure, but also to balance the fiery energy and the watery energy and the way they were relating to themselves. So this could be different for, we could look into I'm not an astrologer. I'm like a hobbyist astrology, I don't know, geek, but your chart could be looked into to get into really specifics and personalized information about this and details about this. Or you could look at it general, but that fiery energy, that energy of needing to take action, needing to assist in transformations that were occurring, and that watery energy of having your unconscious and superconscious stuff come into your conscious awareness. your fears, apprehensions. Some of you may have had nightmares, different things, because there was very strong water energy and things, like I said, demons and things that were having to be faced and looked at, or, it's getting very deep here. So again, I do feel there was this need for being able to get into that earthy energy, find ways to ground oneself, like taking walks, meditating, eating healthfully, tending to details, and things like this. There was a need to balance all of these things, your energy here. And then, your crystal card, I think, also had some really interesting information. It might be fun for you, or, useful, helpful for you to go back and listen to that part of the video again, with this lavender Argonite. But I am super excited and ready to move into your 2019 cards now. So that's what I'm about to do. You've got Moldavite. I love the look of this stone. It's so cool. Very unique. It really looks very scorpionic to me as well. It looks like it came out of some dark caves full of dark stones and some dark underworld. Let's take a look in the book. Okay. Oop. Page stuck together or something. There we go. Metamorphosis. Okay, right there. That's part of why this is definitely connected to Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the sign that governs metamorphosis and change in the zodiac, right? So we have that. It says that the stone was created when a giant meteorite slammed into Earth some 11 million years ago, fusing the power of the cosmos with that of Mother Earth. Whoa! What? Whoa! Yeah. What? Okay. Let's keep reading. The healing insight says you are far more than a physical body. Harmony at all levels creates your well-being. I think you know that. As a water sign, you probably know that. But there may be, we'll see where the card's going. Very mysterious card. Divination says detach yourself from mundane issues. You are going through a spiritual transformation, so dramatic changes occur as you reach beyond your limits. Talk to your soul to check the outcome of present actions. Transcend time. Avoid sowing seeds of destruction. Fertility and good fortune await. All right. Love that last part coming in here, because now we have that planet Jupiter coming home to Sagittarius. We have a lot of planets coming home. Sagittarius is about liberation. It's about free-spiritedness. It's about the adventure. It's about higher spiritual truths. And, Jupiter and it's abundance and benevolence and blessings and good fortune, right? And that scorpionic energy that comes before Sagittarius is more about destruction and transforming, the rebel into something new. I always think of upcycling when I think of Scorpio, because it's such a perfect match. But Sagittarius is more about, life. It sheds off that element of death and destruction that we have in the 8th house. Okay. Says you are a child of the stars and find the environment of Earth heavy and inert. Moldavite raises your vibrations with inflooding cosmic light so that you feel more at home. You are on a search for the inner grail, awareness of your divine origins. Release ingrained beliefs to make way for spiritual metamorphosis. Release ingrained beliefs to make way for spiritual metamorphosis. Yeah. The stone feels very heavy. Just holding it in my hand, it feels very heavy. It's like lead, sort of like dragging down. It feels like a grounding stone. What does it say? Yeah, its frequency is earthy and high. And the chakras all up to the highest. It's like that no limits thing. So no wonder it feels heavy in my hand. Timing, Scorpio, soul path, integration of the physical and the spiritual. We're moving into a time that's the Jupiter in Sag energy, I think. Very excited to see what else comes up. Your color card, aqua, experience peace and calm. Scorpio tends to think like heavy. It does. It tends to think heavy and like deep. It's in the water. It's a water sign, but if it was a tree, it would be very deeply rooted. Scorpio tends to think that way. And Jupiter is a much more light sign. It's represented as the centaur, right? So it's like half goat or half horse and half human, or god or something, and it's got the arrow. That arrow is a big thing, like aiming and arching that arrow, and that arrow flies. So it's a fire sign. It's not an air sign, but there is an overlap of that energy. So lightening of the emotions by experiencing peace and calm and tranquility is recommended in 2019. You have Balboa tree. This is also, kind of coming home. Being a water sign, Cancer, for you, this color, aqua, that is, a color of your element, is like coming home, which is very much in harmony with 2019. We've got Capricorn, Saturn home in Capricorn. We've got Jupiter home in Sagittarius. We've got other planets home as well. I forget what they are. Anyways, we have zodiac cards and a goddess card to pull. No, the goddess cards are for January's week by week. Here we go. Zodiac cards for Cancer. Mars and Uranus. Okay. Let me get right into Balboa. I'm not sure if this came up in verse or right side up. I'm remembering it being right side up, and I feel motivated to read that one. So that's what's going to happen here. If I can find the book. Spirit objecting with me. There we go. Balboa's keyword is survival. I'm wanting to see better things for you guys than being at a level of survival. After all the struggles of 2018, no way. The universe wouldn't leave you like that, would it? Page 29. We're going to read for both inverse and right side up. Right way up says, have faith in the universe's ability to provide you with exactly what you need whenever you need it, and to offer you spiritual protection. Use your resources and talents to get the most out of every day. This is actually very lovely and abundant. Okay, it's about using what you have, about feeling faith and spiritual truth and letting that guide you. Okay. Mars, it's apt to be an active year for you. It may be a year when you are taking on more exercise than you did in 2018. It may be a year where you have a lot of activity going on. Some of you have Uranus here, so you may have surprising things coming in. You may have surprising things coming in. You may also have, it's talking about your electrical energy for some of you. So if you're up for being into energetic healing and getting into auras and more subtle bodies and observing that stuff and whatnot, if you believe in that stuff, there is a message here for some of you having to do with that, the electrical body, the electrical energetic system within you. This is the nervous system for some of you specifically. Okay, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but Mars and Uranus could bring surprises with sex, sexuality, your libido. It could bring surprises having to do with motion and action and activity and your energy, your vitality. Many things here. I'm so tempted to do another card, but it's not what we're supposed to do. Moldavite. Moldavite does show, it looks to me like you being in really good harmony with where we are collectively and astrologically, being awake and present in the present moment, which sounds great for 2019. You do have that come back to center experience, peace and calm, relax. Things are going to go better when you relax and you take care of nervous energy, you take care of your electrical. It's not electrical, is it? It's the energy body. You take care of your energy body. For some of you, this might be irritations from EMF waves, there being an imbalance in your life. So that's something that could be looked into further with future readings. But very powerful, gorgeous stuff here. I want to get into your January week by week now. So about that, they are approximate weeks. I'm going to say, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and draw out 4 weeks. But energy, time is more fluid than that. It's more fluid than linear, really. So, the first week for you, the energies may be in play for like 5 days, and then the second week it might be like 9 days. It might vary a little bit from person to person. Right, so we don't need that right now. We're going to use the color deck, the goddess deck, the zodiac deck. And for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising for January 2019, what messages from Spirit, Love, Higher Self come through? Second week, third week, and fourth week. Okay. So those are your color cards. I'm not sure if you can see them. A little bit, huh? First week you have Jade, take action. Second week you have Watermelon, have fun with your inner child. Third week you have Pearl, connect to the divine. And fourth week you have Violet, create a balanced life. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in your video or thinking of the video I did for Gemini, so I'm going to mention it again, perhaps. If you decide to listen for your sun, your moon, and your ascendant rising, then you may notice some variation in the readings, because I'm doing this much more as like an intuitive, personal connection with each sign than I am a linear, structured model that I keep repeating. So just just putting that out there. I don't want anybody to watch for their sun and their moon and be like, hey, she didn't do it that way in my moon sign, and what does she have against me? That's not what it is. All right. Beautiful goddesses. Okay. The first week. Second week. Third week. Fourth week. There you go. In the first week, you have Jade, take action. You also have Gemini. You have Virgo reversed, and you have easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. There may be a little bit of a push and pull type energy with that, whether it's, internal, external, or, entirely internal, like the voices within your own mind, because for some of you, it's coming through as there is an energy coming in, kind of pulling you to take action, to do some research, to spread some information around, possibly, or gather some information for some reason. Gemini. And at the same time, there's this energy coming in of like, okay, remember, divine timing. Regardless of this energy, the deeper truth here is you don't need to hurry and rush yourself. Things are going to come out better when you pace yourself. There's a difference between avoiding something, right, and doing it in your own timing with patience. And there may be some of that going on. There's Virgo coming up reversed, which there's like a blockage related to the details. This could be not having all of the details that you're looking for. There's a blockage here related to daily habits. It could be health related as well with Virgo. Alright, so this is Virgo in the 6th house energies. And yet there's this energy of productivity and growth for sure, and moving forward, really in a lot of ways, I think, entering 2019 on a great foot, because you have the desire, the willingness, or the mission to be social, possibly with Gemini, to do the work of gathering data necessary, or, again, distributing information. If you pace yourself, if you take good care of yourself, if you can remove this blockage in this first week of January. That might be why it's coming up that way. It was coming up reversed, is to bring it to your awareness. It's a great time to take positive steps towards your health. It's a great time to put into play, or again, research, gather information, and ideas. That can be your own ideas. It could be brainstorming, right? Anybody remember how to do a brainstorm or a brainweb? Great week for that, this first week of January for you. Especially related to your daily habits, okay, and adjusting daily habits so that they're more in alignment with where you're trying to go on your path, so that they support you in the actions that you're guided to take. So again, details that can be tying up loose ends, can be seemingly little things that need to get done that you've been procrastinating on doing them. It can be health related. and so forth. But there is also an element here of bringing in relaxation. It's first week of January is after, a holiday season, and some of us might really need some recuperation time. Okay. So, it is essentially a time to definitely bring that beautiful energy in as well, of patience and relaxation and allowing that. But again, there may also be some actions to take. And let's take a look at the second week. Second week has watermelon, have fun with your inner child, Venus reversed, and Capricorn reversed. Now, the way I grab these cards, I told you I'm doing this intuitively, right? The way I grab these cards, I'm not really sure if they were laid out as reversed or they were laid out as direct with Venus and Capricorn. Okay. And I do think there's a reason for that. So we have watermelon, have fun with your inner child. We have medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. Capricorn and Venus. This is beautiful. This looks to me like starting to build and put structures on your values. On working in alignment with your values, or working toward achieving, working toward future compensation, rewards, gathering, receiving of things that you value, whether that's material or otherwise, right? Could be relationships, time, health, many things. But these are things, that can be, if you're feeling like you're having to work hard in relation to love or money, or you're trying to work hard to improve your physical appearance, or, your perception of your physical appearance or somebody else's. If you're working hard on art, if you are some sort of artist, especially, or in the beauty industry, and you're working really hard, there is an energy coming in here to suggest balance, so burnout does not occur, quite possibly, through this watermelon, this lovely, gorgeous, yummy watermelon color card. Okay. This is spontaneity and fun. So there is a balancing energy here between Father Time, 10th house, Capricorn, structure and schedules and self-discipline and repetition to create results, and spontaneity, right? Have fun with your inner child. Have fun with your inner child. That might not actually be spontaneous for some of you. I think of, childish energy as kind of spontaneous energy, but it's, what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel youthful. Bringing that into the mix is going to bring out inner beauty. And that inner beauty is going to radiate. It's going to be helpful probably to a lot of you in regards to work and career. It's going to be helpful for achievement in general and success in general. We have the medicine woman card. This is a beautiful card. It says you are a channel for divine healing power, right? So you don't need it clogged up with stress, anxiety, and worries. If you need healing, then you need to clear your channels out and remember who you are. Remember your own divinity, that you channel that. You channel that from the elements. You channel that from earth. You channel that from spirit. You channel that from God. You channel that from your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever. It's it doesn't matter what your faith or religion or the specifics are. This is universal energy. Okay? This is about heal thyself, know thyself, heal thyself. This is about taking control with Capricorn, control of your own life, your own stuff, your own happiness, your own, beauty in the world, and being able to perceive that and enjoy that and share that with others. We all have values related to how we share with others and who we share and connect with, and giving is, receiving is one of our values, but giving is also a value within the heart chakra and so forth. So all that's going on in the second week of January. Hopefully, it seems like maybe in the first week you've recharged yourself enough to, be a little more active in the second week and have fun and de-stress in a little more active way, whereas the first week was maybe a little more, relaxing and tranquil. How did I just lose an entire pile? I just lost an entire week for you guys. What on earth? 1, 2, where did it slip off to? Let's see, which one is this? The weeks got mixed up. Okay, so there might be that's the second half of January, we'll say, some of these energies may be overlapping. Or spirits, there's a little something, it's being drawn to our attention. It's kind of lightly being highlighted here. So the second and the third week are somehow involved with each other. Pearl, connect to the divine water, Aries, and Violet, create a balanced life. Yeah, I think that was the fourth week, and this is the third week. All right, so the third week has Soleus, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. Snow is water too. Ice is water too. Bathtubs, showers have water too. Come home to your home element. Spend some time near water. Recharge your batteries. The advice from the goddesses. You have Pearl, connect to the divine. Connect to the divine and impart through your own element. This third week of January comes up. Then we have water. So in case we didn't hear that, we're supposed to connect with water in the third week of January, right guys? Wow. Right? Have that twice here, double water. Some of you might already have this scheduled and planned, like you instinctually, intuitively may have set up a vacation around this time where you're going to some water, going to visit some water. Some of you may really be grateful when you hear this message because you were searching for some sort of answer, like, how do I relax? How do I do this? Like, where is my clarity? Where do I want to be? Like, I know Earth is my home planet, but I don't feel comfortable right now, And the answer is water. So then we have Aries coming up reverse. Okay. There might be some sort of delays related to projects that you want to begin, or things you want to begin, initiate, jobs, delays. I'm not really seeing it as definitive no's right across the board or anything. This is a blockage. In the first house, a blockage related to identity for some people. You might not be feeling quite yourself. You might not be wanting to share yourself with the world. You might be feeling self-conscious about your appearance. Or you might feel like friends, family, a part of yourself, or spirit might be asking you to make some sort of stand on your own, stand up and do something on your own. be the first, like, to do something, sort of pave a way. It could be like giving a speech, something that's very individual. And you might not be feeling it. You might not be ready for it. There's a blockage around that. There might be something, for some of you, this is in the emotional body, whatever's going on for any of you. Your answers lie within here. It tells you to go to water and connect with the divine. Right? Meditation's very useful at this time, the third week, January. So you can get in touch with the specifics of this. They're showing me Aries is a very, vulnerable energy, very, sometimes in need of protection. We think of Aries as like a fire sign, and like it's just the initial spark of energy and very powerful, and it is, but there's dualities in a lot of things, and the duality with Aries is when you look at the wheel as a growth cycle. Aries is the first sign. It's new life. And all new life, whether it's plant life or animal life, is very vulnerable when it first arrives on the planet, right? When it first manifests in physical form on the planet. So when we integrate that part of the stage of this first house energy, the energies of Aries, we have to, I think it's a good idea to be careful not to be too impatient or too hard on ourselves when we're dealing with something that's fresh. It's a fresh new year. We're dealing with a brand new year. So that's my feelings on that. The third week there. The fourth week, you have Violet, create a balanced life. You have the beautiful Libra, which goes lovely with Violet. However, it is showing up reversed. So you may feel like you don't have full justice, or things are not completely in balance at the moment. Like you're wanting to, or you're doing work perhaps in the fourth week of January related to reclaiming your power, your true power, and finding justice, finding fairness, finding harmony with others and within your personal relationships. This can also be within legalities, within legal systems, court systems. It can be also within, through mediators. It can be, with your community. It's many different things. It's the scales, so it can balance out any number of things. It can be like relations within a group, I guess is what I'm trying to say, or society, or it can be, yourself and one other person, your one-on-one partnerships. We have Athena, inner wisdom, for the goddess card, which says, you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. That's great. Good thing. You know what to do. You know how to heal this. You know now how to heal this blockage, how to free up that energy to create harmony in this relationship or this situation. Again, you know the path to take. And if you get lost, I feel like Spirit's guiding us to this Violet card, which says create a balanced life. If you get lost, you can ask yourself this question towards the end of January, and now I'm hearing the second half of January. This message pertains for the second half of January, both of those 2 weeks, Cancers. If you get lost, you feel lost on your path, or like, no, I don't. Sorry, that was probably annoying with the mic. No, I don't know what to do. Even after I've sat and meditated, I still don't know what to do. Just come to this. Ask yourself, what can I do in this moment, in this present moment, to create more balance in my life. You can do it for the future and planning too. If you're really on a kick with that in January or whatever, you want to do that. It's, what can I do tomorrow to create more balance in my life, or what can I do this week to create more balance in my life? But you can use it, come back to that, create more balance in my life. And remember, there might be things that seem big, but a lot of the times it's going to be something small. It's going to seem small and mundane, but it's going to be big. It's going to be like, you need more sleep. You're tired, you need more sleep. That's what you need to do, is take a nap, create more balance in your life. Or it could be like, people have been messaging you a lot and you haven't been responding very much lately. You've been focusing on something else. What can you do? You can respond to some of these messages, right? So I think that can be really, that may be very helpful the second half for some of you with January. But listen to your inner wisdom, your inner guidance. It's a great time for meditation. Again, the second half of January. The first half of January is as well, but it was brought forth a little more plainly in the second half, both of those weeks. There is an element here of your confidence, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and feeling empowered, or feeling like you are fighting with people over power, trying to take power, feeling lack of power, trying to take power from other people, so you feel, or them trying to take power from you. There is that sort of thing going on here, and being seen, but it does look like shifts and changes are being made to bring more movement, and help you get unstuck if that is the case, and help you really stand empowered in your own power, and not be in power battles, but rather have that beauty and harmony and fairness and justice reestablished here, Libra. You start balancing the scales in your external world through creating a balance, your own world and the things that you have direct control over yourself. In order to, that's how it happens. That's how you get success with that. All right. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, Cancer, for you is I'm going to pull one more color card for the entire month of January for your sign. So this is the message that Spirit wants to highlight for first month of 2019. January. All right. Gold. You freaking got gold, Cancer. Good for you. That gold panning in that river. You went to the water that second week or whatever it was. Is that going to pay off? I think that could pay off. Gold, attract abundance. Some of you may be very focused on New Year's resolutions or goals, or starting off the new year in a new refreshed way related to money, attracting abundance, attracting, this is just New Year's resolutions in general, whatever you're trying to attract that you think is of value, an abundance, whether it's love, whether it's experience, whether it's spiritual, whether it's material, whether it's money, whether it's gold itself, anything here is represented there. Attract abundance of your higher self, if it's true abundance for you. So you may be looking into details and different modalities and methods and formulas for internally starting that energetic pattern in motion and going in that direction, and then spiraling it outward. You can see it with the card, right? There's like sparks in the center, and we've got the circles that just spiral outward from the center here. So you can start to attract abundance more so. You can be focused on this in January. It looks like you are. But Spirit gives you the gold light. That's what's highlighted here. Spirit gives you the gold light. Also getting the message, that taking time and enjoying and fully experiencing and being present with the things that you currently have that make you feel abundant, and appreciating the feeling of abundance, allowing yourself that feeling of abundance. You get into the law of attraction and things like that. It's said to attract more abundance. So, all right, Cancer. See you again in February, if not before. If you are interested in more readings, let me know. I am currently, as I'm recording, working within a holiday reading and craft bazaar event that does include New Year's, but I think I may focus a little bit on New Year's outside of that as well. So we have a number of full year spreads and New Year's spreads available if you're interested in that, and much more stuff. So I hope you've subscribed and we're well connected, so you don't miss anything that you'd really enjoy or benefit from, because your presence is always welcome. And so have a wonderful month, Cancer. Have a wonderful month, and woohoo, kudos to us. We made it. 2019, 3 universal year. Fucking awesome. Excuse my language. Bye-bye.